And we're live! We're back! We finally have a game. A lot of lobby issues. They're behind us. We get to see the final qualifier game. We just wanted to make it very exciting for you guys. Just build the hype. Retweet it on Twitter. Get as many people as you can here before we started this epic bout between the underdogs, Veritas, versus the favorites, Guess Who. And Guess Who came into this the #1 seed as well. So Veritas, they were the lowest seed in the upper bracket, at least, that came in. They were the third highest seed because they were in the third group. So here we go. Veritas trying to pull off the underdog. Sorry, Pash thinks they can do it. I don't think they can. We'll find out. We're starting the game right now, Pash. Let's do it.
Let's do it indeed. Final series of the day as far as EU goes. Axel is going to host the NA games later on, but for now, we have to find out whether it's going to be Guess Who or Veritas. We're going to get that free lodging and travel, and Veritas coming out strong. Nexo scoring 1-0 immediately.
The kickoff play, we see Freaky saying his name is FaZe Freaky. Well, maybe don't count your chickens too soon. That was a pretty bad pinch off the wall. Turns into a pass to Nexo, and there we go. Veritas, the underdogs, take the lead.
And they start off strong. 10 seconds in. Already up a goal. Now they got to carry that for 5 more minutes, and that's how you win a game against Guess Who. No, I'm not supposed to be biased, but man. We see Fairy Peak. Pop the ball up into the air. Alex going to catch that from the wall. Send it downwards into the corner where Freaky is already waiting. Look for an angled pass. Too sharp on the angle, though. Fairy Peak missed that one. Alex driving it up the wall, looking for a shot here. Freaky, no big problem saving that. Now he's just going to carry it all the way through to the other side of the field. Nexo jumping in from the side, preventing the flash from happening.
And that was a great job by Alex. He was just creeping up on Freaky, so Freaky couldn't pause and try for a better dribble play. It allowed Nexo to get an easier challenge because of the pressure that Alex was providing.
Up into the air. Tigray gonna go for it. No, gets taken away from him by Freaky. And Nexo not getting the clear that he was looking for. Straight onto Fairy Peak. He's already waiting in the corner. Guess Who is slowly but surely building up an attack. Oh, good save from Alex. Looking inside the goal. Pinch against sending the ball to the other side of the field. Here comes Nexo, sending it right back. Tigray getting the ball past Rusty or Pashy. And Alex with a sidewall hit, but nobody there to give it that crucial little shove that it still needed across that goal line. And Fairy Peak looking for a double, immediately thwarted by Tigray. He doesn't even want any of this to remotely happen. You don't want Fairy Peak dribbling.
I don't want Fairy Peak touching the ball at all. Like if I was Just keep it away.
Pass over to Freaky. Tries to send it to Pashy, but misses. Freaky just keeping the ball away from Alex. Here comes Tigray, throwing himself into the fray. Carrying back onto the orange half of the field where it bounces against Pashy. It sends straight back over. Ping pong play as we're near halftime in game number 1. And Veritas still in the lead. Here comes Freaky with a chance. Straight onto Alex. Not a lot of force behind that shot.
Yeah, so far we've seen Guess Who have a couple more chances, but they're not quality chances yet. There hasn't been anything too threatening on net. Luckily there, Veritas almost comes back and scores, but Guess Who holds out, and now they're trying once again, Fairy Peak trying to dribble it up, and Nexo wants none of it.
Oh, look at them. Double committing. Just kind of sandwiching Fairy Peak just to prevent him from touching that ball. Seems pretty clear where their priorities are.
And
keep
at least
that ball away from the Fairy.
Well, at least the Batmobile would fit nicely into a sandwich because it's nice and flat. So,
That's true.
That helped.
See Alex bring the ball down in front of the net. Nicely saved by Fairy Peak. Pashy sends it back over to the blue side. Slowly nearing the 1-minute mark. No goals yet from Guess Who. Another shot from Fairy Peak. Tigray stopping that right in front of the goal. Pashy with a good contest. Nexo makes sure that ball does not fall into dangerous fields. Tigray winning out that aerial challenge. Feels backflip man though. In the corner. Tigre with another push forward. Freaky is going to be able to save this one, get this one from the backboard, but once more forces Guess Who back into their own half of the field. They just keep having to start their attack over and over again because of the potent clears that are coming out from Veritas.
The only thing that I don't like from Guess Who so far is they're trying to rush some of these plays. We saw Pashy. He had all the time in the world, and he decided to try for a more difficult pass that didn't work out at all. So Veritas can keep clearing the ball. And again, I would say Guess Who, they have more pressure, but not that great of scoring chances so far. While Veritas, they haven't had as much pressure, but they've had two really good opportunities. They scored one of them, obviously. So Veritas is making the most out of their limited opportunities and doing a great job on the defensive side.
30 seconds remain. Alex in the center of the field. The ball back in the corner where Tigre and Nexo get bumped away by Ferry. And centers the ball, and from cross field, it is the Peak coming in to get you.
That's one goal out of the 25 I predicted, but Alex here crept up. He expected his teammates to hit that ball, but he completely missed, and Alex was creeping a little too far forward. With 21 seconds left, there is no reason for the third man on rotation to be creeping forward when you have a one-goal lead, so a little bit of a misplay from Veritas.
And Tigre, though.
This is a game Veritas needs, I think, to keep that momentum going versus Guess Who.
Right now it is looking like overtime. Fairy Peak not going for that ball. This might be a good one for Nexo. He puts it against the crossbar. Huge chance for Veritas. Ball is still in play, but Tigre, all he can do is match it against the defenders. We are going to overtime in game one. Man, oh man, what a situation in front of that net. Who will win this overtime? Anyone's game still. You've mentioned it. Guess Who has had more chances. Oh, and there it is.
That's not how you want to end it.
That's all they need.
Two wide open nets, and that is how it is done. We see, I believe it was Alex was just nowhere to be found on that play. I didn't see exactly where he was coming from, but Freaky finishes it off, and Guess Who, they steal game one. I felt like this was Veritas up until that final minute, and that's got to hurt for Veritas, and that's after a really long break for Guess Who. Huge win for them, and again, this is only a best of 5. It doesn't increase because it's a qualifier match. It's not a best of 7, it's best of 5, so now Guess Who only is 2 wins away from qualifying for Dream.
Yep, you mentioned if Guess Who wins game one, then it is over for Veritas. It remains to be seen whether this this defeat will affect them going onwards in this series. I agree that the way they've lost it gotta hurt for Veritas because it was 2 open net goals. It was completely preventable. It was just kind of them getting a bit too cocky. Hopefully, they won't let this get them down.
Yeah, they have to see that it's like, hey, we just played 5 minutes of really good Rocket League, and we're right there with Guess Who. They still can easily win this series, so they can't keep their heads too far down, but we're going to start off with Guess Who on the kickoff. They have that pressure to start this game, and honestly, this first goal can matter a lot in game number 2.
Let us see how this saga continues. The Veritas upset saga. They have been dealt a blow in game number 1, but will they be able to prevail? 30 seconds in, Freaky looking for a double tap, bounce off the ceiling, can't quite make it happen, stops the ball, kills it right in front of the net, but Tigre can pick it up before a save. Ball gets served back in the orange half of the field. Tigre really wants to push the issue here. Very peak and Pashy. Double committing to that ball. Nexo in the corner. Wants to bounce it off of the sidewall. Pops up the ramp, though. Freaky gets taken out. Tigre tries to push the issue, tries to force that goal. It was so close.
Man, Veritas, these passing plays have been exceptional. Like, right on that, like, 18-yard box line, they're getting those passes out, like, instead of going for the shots. And it's been surprising everyone today, and it almost worked again here versus Guess Who.
See Alex trying to balance the ball on his nose. Oh my goodness. Angled shot. Freaky giving him that little bit of extra speed to send it over onto the other half of the field. Alex trying to pinch it against the wall. Kind of failing at that. Serving it straight to the Guess Who defenders. We can get a good clear out of it. Tigre with a pass over to Alex. Probably not picked up in the way that he wanted to. Tries to get another pass to Nexo, but that was just a bit of a reactive play. They didn't expect that to happen. Fairy Peak in the meanwhile missing an opportunity to take the lead in this game. 2 minutes have been played. No goals scored yet.
And Veritas is getting extremely creative on these passes. Maybe on purpose, maybe not. It's hard to tell. But again, they had some really good passes in there. Just couldn't find a shot. So it's great to have all these passes, but if there's no shot at the end of it, it really doesn't mean much. So they just got to find that shooter on that last pass.
And Freaky with the attempted pass over to Fairy, who fakes them out, expects Veritas to go for him. Ultimately, Veritas did not let themselves get fooled by that. Demolition as Nexo was blown up, but he is already well back into the game. Oh, and a backboard pass attempt from Freaky. Fairy Peak once more can make it happen, only hits the crossbar. But the pressure from Guess Who is slowly but surely getting unbearable for Veritas. They have to break out and they have to do it now, and they do. 2 minutes left to play, still no goals. Veritas are holding their own, but they are getting outshot by Guess Who right now.
But once again, it doesn't matter. It's still 0-0, and Veritas has shown that they don't need a lot of shots to convert goals, so all they need is that one scoring chance to take the lead.
Fairy with a good clear. Off of the sidewall, Nexo gets that ball straight onto Pashy, who sends it upwards. Now wants to push the ball back up forward. Freaky, in a good position there to make anything out of that backboard pass. Tigre wants to follow it up. Alex in the passing position. Fairy Peak keeps that ball away. Won't even allow the pass to happen. Nearing the 1 minute mark. Still nothing has happened just yet. Oh, and Fairy Peak, slow shot. They have to get this away from Freaky, and they do, but Pashy with the follow-up, and it lands just underneath the crossbar. Guess Who take the lead after 4 minutes?
And the Tin Man, he strikes on the low angle shot, and he gets it by Nexo. He basically uses his entire body, plus the flip, to get just enough power across his body to score that goal. It's a surprising Nexo. And now Guess Who? He's up 1-0. Veritas has to make something happen here. They don't want to have to win 3 games in a row versus Guess Who.
1 minute just remaining. Veritas have just 1 goal to catch up on. Should not be a thing of impossibility, but with the way Guess Who has been playing, it is going to be difficult. Haven't seen many chances. 4 shots in total from Veritas across the entirety of this game. That's 1 per minute. The 5th one has to land, and it does! Nexo from the corner with an angled shot.
So great pressure there from Veritas, and Pashy, he tries to get back. It's a very awkward situation. He just taps it right back to Nexo in a great angle to make sure that he secures that goal. Like, sure, it's a wide open net, but it's a tough angle to score, and with 30 seconds left and you're down a goal, that's a lot of pressure. So great job by Nexo to capitalize on that.
30 seconds remaining, and this game is back to being wide open. Alex passing it over to Nexo, trying to win every single inch that they can towards that orange net. And we are seeing Guess Who positioning themselves very aggressively. They do not want to let this get to another overtime. Veritas breaking out, 7 seconds remaining. This may be their final chance. Guess Who, all they have to do is defend this. Let it go to overtime. There it is. Second overtime in game 2.
So we haven't seen a lot of overtimes today, but I guess we're going to get spoiled here. Maybe all 5 games. Let's get all 5 overtimes here. But Guess Who, if they score, they will be on match point, and we'll have to lose 3 in a row to lose this. While Veritas, they obviously have to win 3.
So, on the blue half right now, Veritas struggling to get it away from the vicinity of their net. Rusty in the midfield, setting something up for Freaky here. Nicely played, but Tigre saw it coming. And Alex playing it forward into the corner. No positioning from Veritas for any passing plays, though. Seems like they're a bit afraid to position themselves. They just want to make sure that they have all the angles that the shots from Guess Who may use covered.
Great back pass there. Almost works out for Pashy, but Nexo just gets back in time. But the pressure from Guess Who is mounted over and over. We see a demo try by Pashy. It doesn't work. We get a double commit from both teams, and now everyone just kind of resets on the play.
Nexo gets the ball past one. Alex looking for the bump on Freaky. Can't quite make it happen. Nexo just forcing the ball past Fairy Peak. Stuffing it through an iron wall, it seems. Already a minute played. Nothing scored. Pashy colliding with Alex in the air. You can see Nexo once more mounting the attack. He's really been taking the initiative here. Getting those clears whenever he can. Following them up as well. Not just spray and pray, but really pushing after every clear that he gets. Trying to turn it into pressure. Trying to turn it into something tangible. Here's the passing attempt from Nexo onto Tigray. Played a little too far.
Yeah, but Nexo just keeps looking for those passes, and he's doing a really good job at trying to set up his teammates. So I guess who's got to be careful when Nexo has a chance at a shot. He's most likely going to go for the pass. It seems like he keeps doing that time and time again.
So Tigray with a pass onto Alex gets intercepted by Pashy. Nexo's not going to get his hands on that ball either. We are nearing overtime, halftime of game. Let's call it 2.5.
I'm like, is that a thing? Overtime, halftime? That'd be nice. Like have some orange slices. Good time.
There it is. We've got half an extra game played. Still nothing happened. Nexo here with a chance. Passed over to Alex. Can they make it happen? No, they can't. Freaky saw that coming, had that read out.
But again, an incredible pass from Nexo, and it keeps the pressure going for Veritas. Looks like they're finally getting some quality scoring chances here. But Guess Who just not letting up. And here's Pashy up
Here
in the
comes
air.
Pashy.
Drop it down.
Backboard hit. Alex can save it just in time to prevent disaster from happening, to prevent that forced reverse sweep.
Oh, this is such an important goal. Whoever scores this is going to be feeling so good about themselves.
Being in the shoes of Veritas, you're always got to be extremely nervous. Here comes Tigray. He stuffs it past Freaky.
We've seen a lot of dunks today, and again, Nexo, he just tries to throw the ball forward. It's mostly ping pong, but Tigray's like, no more ping pong. Freaky, I am going to dunk right over you, and we are tied 1-1. Huge win for Veritas here. Anyone's game. We got 3 games left. Let's hope for a game 5.
They are still in this, and they have shown this again. Veritas are not content with just losing 2 games in a row. No, sir. They've got to show what they're made of. They got to keep things interesting. They've got to keep us all nervous and excited.
Oh, that was extremely close, but it shows that Veritas can play in these high-pressure situations. 3 minutes of overtime, playing extremely well. Like Nexo, pass after pass on point.
Oh, yeah.
And it's anyone's series here. Like, Veritas is showing that the European region is not to be messed with, and that doesn't even include the RLCS teams. Obviously, everyone knows the RLCS teams are crazy, but like this team's not even in the rival series yet, and they are showing up big.
They certainly are, and I'm pretty sure that after this, it won't be long until we see them in the rival series. Or at least I'd hope so.
Yeah.
But for the time being, they still have to go up against these RLCS veterans, the former team of Market. Guess Who? So, game number 3. Score is all tied up. Veritas has shown that they can hold their own. That they can stand the pressure that Guess Who throws at them. I was just going to say, before that goal happened in the last overtime, I was just going to say, in the shoes of Veritas, if you're Veritas, you got to be so extremely nervous every time Fairy Peak gets near that ball anywhere close to your net.
And so far, they've shut him down for the most part throughout the series. It hasn't been anything insane from Fairy Peak yet, but that's the key word there, yet. There's always going to be something probably from Fairy Peak, so Veritas got to be careful.
You see Freaky playing the ball wide and forward. She barreling past it. And Alex bouncing against Fairy Peak. Guess Who's still looking to keep that pressure going. And Tigray, not sure why he flipped there. Lost control of the ball, but the clear from Nexo prevents any shifty things from happening. For the time being, at least.
Great pass here.
Nexo. D-Gray with the save. Breakdance save. Kind of looked like it. Rolls up the wall, comes down the ceiling. Nexo's going to go for it. Get a sidewall hit, immediately caught by Fairy Peak. They're not going to let that happen that easily. Alex tries to thread the needle, can't quite make it happen. Pashy and Freak in a joint effort get that ball the hell away from there. And looking for the counter, but Alex can save that from the side.
Freaky actually cuts off Fairy Peak there, who had a better opportunity. And it kind of messes up Guess Who, and it allows Veritas to clear the ball and now have the pressure on the other half.
3 minutes remaining. Once more, we are in a scoreless game. It took a while last game as well for the first goal to happen. Both teams, very low amount of shots. This might be dangerous. Nexo's going to go for it. Hits the crossbar.
Well, he's so used to passing at this point, you know? He's not ready to shoot anymore. He's been passing every other time. So he goes for the shot, hits off the crossbar, and honestly, I thought Alex could have had the goal as well. The shot before that.
Oh, this is going to be dangerous.
So Veritas, 2 shots that probably could have been right in the back of the net. Could come back to bite him.
Nexo briefly alone, all alone on that field. Now Fairy Peak swipes him off as well. That's a team kill, basically. For Guess Who, Alex going to try to dribble it in, but against seasoned veterans such as Fairy and Freaky, it can be difficult to do that. Unless you're Pashy. 2 minutes remaining. No goals. Big chances for both teams. The passing plays from Veritas continue to be on point, but once more, out of nowhere, Guess Who with the first goal of the game.
We need a dunk counter, because we've had a lot of these goals. Just that pressure coming out from Pashy. And sometimes that's all it is, that lead man. Just throw yourself at the ball. You know you have 2 people behind you to defend it, and good things can happen. You see it once again there.
And now, when is the response from Veritas going to come in? They immediately throw themselves at that orange goal. Just have to watch out not to overdo it. It was Tigray, upside down shot from the ceiling. But Alex gets that ball taken away from him by Freaky. Nexo pushing it back forward. We're going to see Pashy looking for some dribble plays. Immediately foiled. And Fairy Peak looking for a bump on Alex. Now going for the ball himself. Tigray sneaks it through. And back on the orange half we go. Here comes Tigray looking for a shot. Fairy Peak can save that. And another good attempt from Veritas. This time, it's the Guess Who defense that are not letting this happen. And Fairy Peak, with 3 saves to his name, once more shows that he's not only a stellar striker, but can also hold his own weight in defense when he has to.
Now, with just a minute left, Veritas is going to have to find a goal here, or else they'll be down 2-1 in a best-of-5. And honestly, if anyone can do it and bring it back, it's probably Veritas at this point, because they've had an incredible run all throughout today.
Oh, it's going to be dangerous. Pashy stops it. He's going to try to bump Tigray out of the way of that wall, so he can't stop the backboard hit from happening, but fails to do so. Nice flick from Nexo. Gets it over Pashy. Alex just trying to get into the danger zone. Here comes Tigray from the side with an angled shot. Pashy forced to make a pretty daring save, but ultimately it does work out for Guess Who. Now 15 seconds remain for Veritas. They have one last play to make this happen. But there's the clear. Wide clear. And that's their final chance. Pashy still has to get back. Alex losing some time there, allowing him to rotate back. 0 seconds have just hit. Nexo's going to go up for it. Is he going to go for the double tap? Here comes Alex, passes it over, blocked by Freaky. And there we go. Guess Who? They go up 2-1 in the series. They assure themselves the match ball game. And Veritas now forced to win 2 in a row.
Freaky, great save at the end there. Basically just diving at it, just making sure that no touch goes near the net. And Veritas, they put on the pressure that game. They just couldn't find the back of the net. They had some great passes once again, but it seems like every time they have a great pass, like the shot is just barely not there. It's like, or Guess Who has the challenge just before a quality shot can happen. But Guess Who this time? Like normally it's been them getting the pressure, but this time Veritas had it, but Guess Who They converted on 1, and that's all they needed here. So
Yeah.
we're going to game 4. Veritas needs to win this to force a game 5, and I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
Interestingly, if you look at there were 6 shots on the side of Guess Who, and 6 saves on the side of Veritas. Where did the goal come from?
Alex, please.
Who was goal?
Uh-oh. I think I might have a bug here. I have no spectating options.
Oh.
Of course. We're just going to make these finals last as long as possible.
Are you good?
No, I'll join back, though.
Okay.
If the spectator can see the game, then we're good. So,
all right.
Don't worry.
Well, you know the detail. Okay, so here we go. Game number 4 between Veritas and Guess Who. And Veritas have to win 2 in a row in order to be able to make it to Dreamhack for basically free. You see Tigre in the midfield, passing it over to Alex. He puts it into the corner. Fairy Peak already waiting there, playing it patiently, letting Alex come at him. And just playing the blocker, a pylon basically. Back at home. Center ball coming in from Nixo. Alex in a good position to pick up on that. Goes for the pass onto Tigre, but Fairy Peak, he intercepts that, and there is no saving that. Cross-map goal from Fairy Peak.
Those are the worst. When Veritas, their defense has been so great, and then you just leave a wide open net. I hate to see these goals. I would much rather see the team work for it, but Fairy Peak, he just beats them out. They tried a little bit too much there, Veritas, bringing everyone forward. And Guess Who? They take the early lead, and all they need to do is hold on once again.
Ui. This is looking tough for Veritas. I'm kind of thinking, oh my goodness, Fairy Peak with another shot there. Tigre can save that just in the nick of time. I'm thinking that Veritas may be perhaps a little too eager to go for passing plays. Like I'm sure that I'm pretty sure that if they hadn't gone for the pass, for the extra pass, just gone for the shot after the first one, they could have at least had a chance at scoring that. It's tough to find a balance. Obviously, you want to kind of catch Guess Who off guard as much as possible, but if stuff like this keeps happening, a little faster on that shot, and that again would have been unsavable.
And sometimes it's better to just get a decent shot and then wait for the rebound and turn that into a pass, basically. Just wait for that juicy rebound to come out. Sometimes you can be definitely too cute on the passes, and then you wind up not actually getting a shot.
So, 1 goal advantage still for Guess Who, and if the game ended like this, then Veritas would have lost their chance to get all of their expenses covered, to get that higher seeding in Leipzig in 2 weeks. But they still have 3 minutes to get back into this. Obviously, they got to win 2 games in a row, which against Guess Who is a bit of a feat. But I did say it's going to be a 3-2 with a Game 5 overtime, taking 3 minutes, so we are still on track.
But that also means it'll be a 3-1, so we're both on.
Well, you know, perhaps they do win this one, and then we're going to see a Game 5 overtime. But obviously, we still have to get there first. 2 minutes and 30 seconds still left to play. We are at halftime. Veritas looking for opportunity after opportunity, but still, they have only 1 shot to their name right now, while Guess Who have 6. And in the crucial game that might lose you the tournament, you definitely want to get those shots out. I mean, passing plays are all well and nice, but you gotta at least attempt some shots. Here comes Nexo finding an opportunity. Not enough speed on that, though. So Freaky has no big problem saving that. Yeah,
Freaky almost turned away from that play and then turned around just in time for that shot, but it was a relatively weak shot, so I mean, easy save for Freaky.
Oh, wow. That came out of nowhere.
We see here the ball just going up the corner, and Alex throwing it back to the middle.
Oh, that was
great. Them on the wall. Fairy Peak and Freaky both on the wall. And then Pashy, he didn't expect the shot to come in, so he started to move up a little bit and try and just play the ball normally. Turns into like basically a wide open net. Now here we go. Veritas ties the game up. They got 1:45 left, and they need this win to force the Game 5.
Not sure how many of these goals Tigre has made today, scored today already, but man, oh man, this guy knows how to make a flashy goal. 1 minute and 30 seconds, we are back to tied. Might see a 3rd overtime in a row here. Well, not in a row, but the third overtime.
Yeah, third overtime out of 4.
Yeah.
That worked.
Freaky looking for the clear. Next, already waiting at the wall. Pass it over to Alex. Gets it past Freaky. Alex now against Pashy, loses ball control to him. Tigray has to get to that one. 1 minute remaining.
Oh man,
Very Peak missing that click in the midfield.
Oh, that's a great pass from Fairy Peak to just line up Pashy right after he grabs the boost. But Veritas, they do contest well, and they're keeping this pressure up, and most of them don't have.
Looking for it. Here comes Nexo. Ooh. Fairy Peak wasn't between that. 30 seconds. Might see another overtime here, or we might see one of these two teams step up and score. Could go either way at this point. 20 seconds, Fairy Peak stuffing the ball through. Alex, Tigray is going to have to keep him away from the goal as well. Nexo barreling inside the wall, and oh my god! Pashy just barreling past the ball! That was an open net!
So I think Alex bodied Pashy out a bit, but it looked like Pashy still could have made the play. And I've been waiting for that Fairy Peak play, and I thought that was it. The ultimate, like, getting it by everyone and getting the perfect pass to the middle. But guess who cannot capitalize on Veritas? They are still alive. We're going to overtime, and Veritas needs this win to force the ultimate Game 5.
That was so close. They were mere inches away from losing the tournament, from being knocked out. But Lady Luck was on their side, and now they have the chance to take this to Game 5. Fairy Peak. Off of the ceiling. Here comes Alex. He's going to get that backboard hit. Is he going to get the double tap? Oh my god, he is, but too sharp on the angle. Oh my god.
Just inches right now between these two teams. And let's see, now it's dropping down in front of Veritas' net, but they get the clear. But guess who now has ball control? See if they can keep it.
Back onto the orange half of the field. Fairy Peak sends it back over. This could be it. No, it's not.
I thought Freaky had that touchdown to Fairy. Thought it was coming.
Fairy blocking Alex's attempt. So off of the wall, Freaky sending it back into the corner. Alex and Tigray already waiting there. And Fairy Peak retreating at first. Wait for them to come to him. Alex managed to sneak the ball past him. Blows up Pashy in the air. Pashy can't get the ball past Nexo. But guess who? Mounting a lot of pressure right now. 1 goal is all that they need. Nexo gonna have to get that clear. Alex is ready for picking up that pass. Takes it into the corner. Fairy Peak immediately sending it back, though. There comes Freaky just to confuse the defense, but Nexo, oh my goodness, they've got to be careful. They got to be careful now. Pashy in the ceiling is going to try to set it up for Fairy Peak. Can't quite make it happen. Nexo still in front of Freaky. Going to center the ball here. Rusty, Pashy, and Fairy.
So we've seen multiple times now where Freaky is up in that cherry picker roll, but he keeps missing those deflections. He keeps coming so close, but just barely not getting a hit on the ball, and that's keeping Veritas alive here. And I feel like if that was like a Fairy Peak up there for the cherry picker roll, it might be like a different story, but Freaky's been missing those.
Once more, we have played half an extra game in overtime. Backboard hit, nobody there to capitalize. Next, it's going to pick up on that pass, carried onto the corner. Alex misses the connection.
Pinch? There it is.
Pinch over on the other side, but perhaps not quite as hard as he was hoping for.
Yeah, that. Plus, it was on the ground, so it didn't really work. It was kind of more just they lost ball possession, but they definitely wanted a pinch there. Just mistimed it a bit.
Next with a side wall hit, Tigray coming in. Fairy Peak placed the ball over him. Pashy now right in front of the ball. Alex stops him. Freaky pops it up into the air just to play disruption. Fairy Peak back onto the blue side of the field. Look for that backboard hit straight down. Almost the own goal from Nexo, but it did not happen.
That is not how you want to lose. That's for sure. Nexo breathing a sigh of relief there off the post, but again, it's those curves off the ceiling. It's very hard for those defenders, and we almost got another own goal because of it.
That was close. Again, it's how we started off overtime, or just before overtime. And now, after 3 minutes, roughly, we get another situation in which Veritas basically already stared death in the eyes.
How many lives do they have, Pash? How many?
The cats of Rocket League. 4 minutes been played. We have almost reached an extra game of pure overtime between these two teams. They are really going at it. They are not budging an inch for each other. And that's how it should be. Popping up into the air again. Freaky winning out this time. Fairy Peak in a good position. Gets denied by Nexo. See Alex go for the clear. Fairy Peak immediately stopping it. This is dangerous. Tigre has to get it. Rexo in the corner. Pashy immediately coming in, mounting up the pressure. This has been all the blue side for pretty much 2 whole minutes now. Finally, they break out. Freaky looking for an immediate counter clear.
See, he's in that cherry picker roll again, but I don't think he had enough boost at first. He goes for the shot, but Tigre's there to clear it. Now it's Pashy versus Alex, and Pashy gets the clear to the side, right to Fairy Peak. So good pass and play there. Keep it away from Veritas.
And there we go. This is basically game 5. 5 minutes played. In overtime in game 4. Here comes Freaky going for the shot. Tigre can save it.
Fairy Peak looked for a bump there, I think, at first, but then gave up on it. I think he's a little too worried about going back to his own side, and honestly, he should be. So, really close call there, but Tigre, he avoids it and gets the save.
Tigre with a bit of a lackluster shot there, allowed. Guess who to go for the clear immediately. Now they've taken out Freaky. Is this the opportunity that they were looking for? No, it hit the goalpost.
Fairy Peak just barely getting back in time to cut off that angle and force it against the post. And now guess who? They're dealing with some lives lost as well.
We're getting lives lost left and right in this match. Unbelievable. Both of these teams coming so close to losing this game. But obviously, guess who? They won't. I mean, obviously they'll care, but they won't care as much as Veritas if they lose this game. Because they're still going to have another chance. 6 minutes of overtime now played. Nexo setting the ball up for Tigre. He pops it up into the air, playing it very patiently, outplaying Pashy, outplaying Fairy Peak. But Pashy, he can catch the ball off of the wall. And Nexo, backboard hit, Freaky catches it out.
Great clear.
Oh my goodness. He was Pashy looking for a shot. Backboard hit, Fairy Peak coming in. Nexo can save that.
Fairy Peak tried to lob it over him. It looked very awkward from Fairy Peak's perspective. Tigre a little bit high. I think Fairy should have the clear, but he's backwards. He pinches it off Freaky. And guess who lives for another minute or so?
Fairy Peak passing over to Freaky. Pashy already in position to pick up on a pass. Moves back as soon as he sees that that pass won't be happening anytime soon. Lops it up. There's the backboard hit. Double tap coming in from Pashy potentially. There comes Fairy Peak. They're going to have to watch out. And there it is. They finally score. Pashy, Fairy Peak, the ages-old combo. They make it happen. And guess who moves to Dreamhack?
Alex, he tried to cheat onto the right side of his nets. Fairy Peak, he shot on his right side to avoid Alex and gets that top corner shot. And we were waiting for that Fairy Peak play, and it comes in overtime to clinch the Dreamhack qualifiers. Guess who? Well, their Dreamhack qualified team. We'll see if they have an org by the time Dreamhack shows up. But hats off to them. Hats off to Veritas. Hopefully, they will also go to Dreamhack. They are signed up. Let's hope they make the trip there, because honestly, well, this is a team that no one wants in their groups at all. They've played exceptionally well against every team they've played today. And so close, yet so far. But in 2 weeks' time, who knows? Maybe we'll see a rematch between these teams later on in the Dreamhack, like day 3 in bracket stage. Why not?
It was not to be for Veritas to get this straight qualification. But, well, and so this series ended exactly the same way as the first one that knocked them down to the losers bracket in the first place. 3-1. It was there all along, plain to see for everyone. They've made it into a 7-minute overtime. grazing death more than once, getting so close to taking out Gesu and going to game 5, but in the end, well, one touch is all that it needs sometimes, and of course it had to be Ferry who made it.
It was, oh yeah, that was such a good series for Veritas, and sure, they might not get the full expenses paid trip, but they're going to have a lot of fans there now cheering for this team, the underdog story, beating all these RLCS teams, so hats off to Veritas. But guess who? They don't have an org yet. Hopefully they will by Dreamhack, but they are going all expenses paid, and they will be representing Europe, the 5th team from Europe now that is getting all their expenses paid. They joined Gale Force, they joined Method, they joined PSG, and of course Flipside Tactics, who also won today. And in less than a half an hour, we're going to have Axel Toss, or about a half an hour, taking over for the North America side to see the last 2 teams to join those squads, as well as G2 from North America, as all expenses paid trip to Dreamhack. But I gotta say, thanks to Pate from Rival Esports for doing all of the production for us today, so it made it a lot easier on me. And thank you to the Pash. I asked him last night at like, I don't know, it was like 12 hours before, and he's like, yeah, sure, like I'll cast with you, because I had no one to cast with. I was about to do it solo. So thank you, Pash, and thank you guys for watching.
My pleasure.
Dreamhack, and I think we're gonna call it there. I'm gonna find a host, but I appreciate everyone coming out to watch awesome Rocket League. Any last words, Pash, while I find a host?
Probably. If you look enough, if you look hard enough, you can find anything.
So I thought you were about to say I probably have last word. You know, probably. Not really sure. All right, we'll take it on that. I guess let's give a host over to Jazer. He's on having some fun, so go show some love for him. And thank you guys so much for watching. That'll be it for the Dreamhack qualifiers for the European version of it. And now in about half an hour, North America starts with Axel Toss, so make sure you check that out after you watch some crazy plays from Jazer. So thank you, Pash. Thank you, Pate. Thank you,
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, D-Pants. And we're going to call it here. Have a good day, everyone. More awesome Rocket League to come.